Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn the guitar solo to Over the Hills and Far Away by Led Zeppelin. So we've taken a look at all the other parts so far. I hope you've looked at those lessons, and I'm just going to finish it up with the guitar solo here. So we're going to start, we're still in standard tuning. We're going to do a bend, whole step bend at the 10th fret on the B string. And as you're going to do that, you're going to grab the 10th fret on the high E string, and then pick the 10 on the B again, and release it back down. So we have, all right, and then we're going to do the same kind of thing here off the G string. We're going to play the 9th fret full step bend, and then the 10th fret there on the B, pick the 9 again and release. So we have this. All right, then we have this. All right, so that's going to be hammering from 7 to 9 on the D, over to 9 on the G, back to 9 on the D, and then 7 on the G. All right, now we have another one of those kind of oblique bends. Now this on the recording is actually an overdub, so we're going to do both parts here in one. So one, you can hold the 12th fret there on the B string, and then do a whole step bend with it at the 11th fret on the G. But those two notes are actually recorded separately, but you can play them. And then it goes back through the same sequence again. And this little phrase is just a little bit different. You're going to hammer 7 to 9 on the D, over to 9 on the G, and then play 7 a few times on the G. Now here, you can't actually do this one like you want. We have that note in there, and then we have the bend at the 11th fret too. So since those are right there together, we can't really do those at the same time, unless you want to hit the open E string. Unless you can do that. All right, so that's just trying to get both parts in at the same time. So that whole part. All right, so from there, we're going to go to the different chord progression that happens underneath it, and then we're going to switch to down here at the 4th fret on the G string, whole step bend, hold it, and start picking it a little bit. And as you do that, add the 5th fret there on the B string. All right, then you're going to let it just do some bend and release there on that same note. And then the 2nd fret there on the G string, kind of a slow bend, and kill it. All right, from there we have this. All right, so this on the recording, it's got kind of a strange sound to it. It's kind of hard to get every note exactly right, but it's pretty simple, the notes that he's doing. We'll just go through the notes real quick. He's going to be using just the 2nd fret on the G, then 2 and 4 on the D, 2 and 4 on the A and the open string there too, and then 2 and 0 on the low E string. So we have this. All right, so what he really does is he comes in with the 2 to 4 on the D, plays that a few times. It's kind of in a groove he's doing it. And come over and grab the 2nd fret on the G string, and then back 2-4 on the D, and then play 4-2 this time. So we have this. Then over to the 4th fret on the A, back to the 2nd fret on the D, then pull off 4-2 on the A. Play all that so far. All right, we're going to continue kind of a 16th note feel over to the 2nd fret on the low E string, then the 2nd fret on the A string a couple times, then the open, then you're going to pull off 2 to 0 on the low E, So right here, you're just kind of randomly going. So just kind of when you get to these two low notes here, just the 2 and the 0 on the low E string, just kind of mess around with them, keeping the 16th note groove. Then he takes it and slides it to the 7th fret and does a bend. All right, so all together. All right, then back down here to the 2nd fret again, pulling off to the open string, and then hit the note twice, back to the 2nd fret twice, and then just do a pull off again, and back to the 2nd. So we have this. And then it just kills it. All right, so that's the part that's probably the hardest to pick up, just kind of the ear, because it's kind of just kind of got this crazy effect on it and stuff. All right, from there we have a bend at the 16th fret on the G string, and then 17 on the B, and 14 on the high E string, back to 17 on the B, then 14 on the high E, and 14 on the B string, and then the big bend there on the 17th fret, the kind of 2 whole steps. So all together. All right, then we have this next phrase, sounds like this. So it kind of repeats that a bit. So we're coming out of the 17th fret on the high E string. Do a slight bend, pull off to 14, over to 17 on the B string a few times. And then we're going to start doing this. So that's really just a 4-note lick. You're going to pick the 17th fret twice, and then the 3rd note is going to be bending that note up, and then grabbing the 17th fret on the high E string at the after that. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you gotta get that bend into it to make the riff sound good, but it's just a 4-note lick that's just repeated 6 or 7 times. All right, then we have a descending lick after coming out of so that's just 16, 14 on the B string, to 17 on the G, back to 14 on the B. Then 17, 16, 14 on the G. Over to 16 on the D, roll over to 16 on the G, and then 14. All together. All right, the last phrase kind of close this, well, almost the end of the solo. It sounds like this. All right, so those are double stops here at the 14th fret of the B and the G string. And while you pick those, just slightly pull them towards the floor. And then we're going to play 16, 14, 16 on the D. And then do that again. Now we're going to just pull off real quick 16 to 15 to 14 on that D string. All right, and then we go back, we go down and we play along with that harmony part that we did in the other lesson. And basically what we're doing is we're 1 note behind it in the harmony. So he's doing all those, well, the other part was, so we're starting, instead of starting there where he starts on that part, we're going to start the 3rd underneath it and just then follow the line all the way up. So it's always like a 3rd underneath that other part that we learned. So that part is going to be 2nd fret on the low E string, played 3 times, 1st fret on the A, then 4, to 2nd fret on the D. All right, then shift up to the 4th fret now with that same finger, 3 times, then 3, 6 on the G, to 5 on the B. Then jump up to the 11th fret here on the G string, 3 times there as well. 11 on the B, 9 on the high E string, then 12, just end it. Alright, so that's about it for Over the Hills and Far Away. We've covered the entire thing from the acoustic intro to all the kind of distorted guitar riffs and now the solo. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com. Bye-bye.